All right, it's 12:01 Central, 1:01 Eastern. We're going to go ahead and kick this off. My name is Julie Lawson. I'm the Director of Operations and Partnerships over here at the Loss Prevention Foundation. Super excited for today's webinar. This is Pavion. We connect and protect what matters most. Pavion and AFA are one of our valued partners that are sponsoring today's webinar, so thank you very much for that. Just to give a little bit of information here, Pavion is a leading provider of integrated fire, security, and communication solutions, empowering organizations to protect their people, assets, and data with cutting-edge technology and exceptional service, with a rich history of providing cutting-edge connection and protection to customers globally. Pavion has established itself as a trusted partner for businesses across various industries, delivering comprehensive solutions tailored to meet the unique needs of each client. AFA is a Pavion company and was the company's first central station fire alarm company, having been established in 1873. AFA is an industry leader in the design, installation, and service of state-of-the-art systems, including fire alarm systems, burglar alarm systems, access control systems, and CCTV systems. I'm super excited to learn more, but we're going to go ahead and kick it off to the next slide here. So today, just for everyone that you're aware, the session is being recorded. Upon entry, you were muted. So if you do have any questions, pop those down in the Q&A box. If you put them in the chat box, it just makes it a little bit harder to keep track of and respond to. So please use that Q&A box. Also, if for whatever reason you have to hop during the webinar, this is going to be on demand. All you have to do is go visit the original registration link. It'll ask you to fill in a couple key pieces of information, and then you can watch this webinar on demand later, or if you want to rewatch it because there's a piece of information you'd like to share with your team. Now with that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce today's speakers. So our first speaker here is Matthew Jackson. Matthew is the Director of National Accounts with AFA Protective Systems. Matthew, it's great to have you on. I'm excited to hear what you guys are having to talk about today. The next speaker that we have today is Cedric Harris. Cedric is the Director of Corporate Marketing at Pavion. And Jeff Stores is the GM and Regional Manager of Retail at Pavion. So super excited to have all of y'all on board talking about today's call for This is Pavion. We connect and protect what matters most. With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the floor over to Matthew for him to give a little bit of background.
Thanks, Julie, and hello, everyone. As many of you may know, AFA, or my predecessor, Steve Heil, and me. But for those who don't, my name is Matt Jackson. I'm the National Account Director for AFA Protective Systems, and now proudly known as AFA, a Pavion company. As Julie said, we were established in 1873, and having just celebrated our 150th anniversary, AFA is a company rich with history. We were the first and are the longest operating central station in the United States. And we've been providing life safety and security solutions to our customers for over a century, and to national retailers and companies for decades. And AFA has also been a long-standing member of the LPF Foundation at both the doctorate and master levels. But while many of you know AFA, today, we're excited to introduce you to Pavion. AFA merged with Pavion in 2021 and joined forces with many other Pavion companies to expand our reach, expand our offerings, and provide more solutions. And so while AFA is proud of our history, we're very excited about the future with Pavion. With that, I want to introduce Cedric Harris, and he's here to tell you more about who we are. This is Pavion.
All right, thanks, Matt. Okay, just to give you some information, more information than what Matt had said about Pavion. Pavion connects and protects by providing fire security and integration solutions to customers in 70+ U.S. locations and 23 countries. We bring industry-leading experience to clients in the enterprise, healthcare, education, government, property management, data center, and retail industries. Our mission is to bring clarity and transformation to safety, security, and communication through technology and radical services. The industries where we work, well, we've built solutions for many different industries, and we're ready to provide our clients with the service and solutions they need to connect and protect what's important, because that's what it's all about. All right, going into our solutions that you see at the bottom, we have things such as, with everything existing under one roof and all operating from one company, Pavion brings best-in-class fire, security, and integration solutions together to protect and connect our customers with unmatched services and solutions. So from day one, we problem solve with our customers through the design, engineering, implementation, integration, testing, and training phases. So this is, something that we pride ourselves in doing. But our work doesn't stop there. We also offer ongoing maintenance, management, test and inspect, monitoring, subscription services, and others. So no matter what your project is, we can meet and exceed your needs with a partner you can trust. All right, Julie, next slide. All right, you may ask, why Pavion? Well, at Pavion, we're fueled by dedication to our customers, and that drives us each day. We believe in the power of collaboration, knowing that by working hand in hand with our clients, we can achieve remarkable results. This partnership is one that is at the core of everything that we do, because it guarantees that, we consistently deliver, and we will deliver top-notch solutions tailored to meet our customers' unique needs. And the 4 categories below, you'll see is pretty much our pledge to our customers. So in a partnership that progresses, for partnerships, building enduring relationships is essential for success. We prioritize lasting relationships with our customers, building connections that grow stronger and deeper over time. By prioritizing these lasting relationships with our customers, we not only foster trust and loyalty, but also gain valuable insights into their evolving needs and preferences. And this deep understanding allows us to tailor our products, solutions, and services to better serve you. And this ultimately drives increased satisfaction and long-term loyalty. All right, getting into agility. We're agile. And in retail, adaptability and agility are paramount for success. Combining the vast resources and extensive experience of a large company with the nimbleness of a small enterprise, we drive the Pavion experience with unmatched agility and efficiency. Our unique combination of large company resources and small company agility enables us to stay ahead of the curve. And it lets us quickly respond to any shifts in the market or any customer demands that may come up. And so as a result, we provide our customers with a competitive edge, helping them navigate the challenges and seize a lot of opportunities with confidence. All right, now getting into clarity. So clarity that accelerates. So for us, in an industry such as retail, that's plagued by plagued by complexity, clarity is a rare and valuable commodity. At Pavion, our ability to cut through the noise and deliver clear, actionable insights empowers our customers to make informed decisions and drive actionable results. Okay, and then lastly, protection for life. And this is very important because, we protect for life. The retail industry faces numerous risks and challenges. And as a trusted partner, we take on the responsibility of safeguarding our customers' most valued possessions. That's their staff, their assets, and also their reputations. Our comprehensive suite of security solutions not only alleviates risk, but also provides peace of mind to our customers. And this allows a lot of the retailers to focus on what they do best, and that's delivering a lot of exceptional products and experiences to their customers. By investing in Pavion, you'll have the protection and insurance you can weather any storm, because our solutions help our customers focus on their growth and innovation and we're there to help them with their challenges. All right, slide 3. All right, going into our solutions and services a little further. Next slide. All right, so this is just a brief overview of all of our fire security and integration solutions. So just starting with fire, our fire solutions are designed with one goal in mind. We ensure safety of your staff, store, and merchandise. With decades of experience, I mean, you heard Matt, talk about, almost, more than 150 years of experience, serving national and local retailers. We have the expertise to provide comprehensive and compliant protection systems for all of your fire suppression, detection, and protection needs. From advanced detection systems to efficient suppression solutions, we ensure that your store is always prepared to respond to fire emergencies swiftly and efficiently. All right, and then let's talk about security. In today's environment, threats can come from both inside and outside your store. Our security systems are designed to protect your employees, assets, and retail space against these potential threats. We offer a range of cutting-edge solutions that includes surveillance systems, video monitoring, intrusion detections, access control, alarm systems, and more. And these are all tailored to fit your specific needs. So by implementing a lot of these advanced security measures, you can deter theft, enhance operational safety and efficiency, and provide a secure environment for both your staff and customers. And then integration. So with integration, we have AV and critical communications. Our integration solutions ensure that our teams remain connected and that communications are clear and reliable. We work to integrate AV systems and other critical communication tools into our clients' existing infrastructure, whether it's coordinating between different store locations, enhancing in-store communication, or using creative lighting and displays to engage your customers. Our solutions is there to help you maintain a smooth and effective operations. All right, next slide. All right, I'll dive a little deeper into our solutions. So digging into integration again. Our AV and communication solutions, just as I mentioned before, they provide streamlined connectivity and robust protection for your business operations. This includes AV, digital displays, and these things ensure seamless communications and engagement. We specialize in enhanced lighting, digital signage, video walls, and menu boards. We help attract customers, communicate important information, and elevate the shopping experience for your customers. Our tailored collaboration, our tailored collaboration and communication solutions provide a lot of wireless communication, intercom, and paging systems. And we also provide scalable meeting spaces that ensure seamless and reliable connectivity across your store or locations. This enhances team coordination, collaboration, and also operational efficiency. Okay, next slide. All right, and then we have a detailed solutions and offerings, and these are solutions that we have for things such as AV solutions, network communications infrastructure, critical communications, as I mentioned. We also offer cybersecurity and subscription services. Next slide, Julie. All right, now going into fire. All right, so with our fire systems, as the leading fire provider, we address your needs from installation to servicing. Our comprehensive fire solutions ensure around-the-clock protection for your building and assets. We also offer effective fire communication systems that enhance building protection and facilitate faster emergency evacuations. As we all know, first responders, they depend on reliable communications, especially when lives are at stake. And our fully compliant solutions, such as our bidirectional amplifier, our BDA solutions, and our ARCs, which is our auxiliary radio communication systems, and other systems such as PA capabilities, ensure that there are clear communications for first responders when they are inside a building where sometimes your signal is otherwise weak or you can't understand too much what's going on. Okay. And then some of our key offerings for our fire solutions are life safety systems such as fire alarms, first responder communications infrastructures, mass communications, mass notifications and paging, emergency phone call boxes. And then we also do active central monitoring. And that where we have security central station monitoring, internet and cellular monitoring, video verification, and video guard services, which helps save a lot of time and money. And now I'll pass it over to Jeff to go over the next slide to talk more about security.
Thanks, Cedric, and thank Julie and the whole LPF for having us here today, for all of you to learn a little more about Pavion and kind of our history and where we've come from. So I am pinch hitting here a little bit today. Pete McCall unfortunately had something pop up. He was originally going to do this. Someone who you guys may recognize from the retail space, has been in the retail as an integrator in different positions for the last 30 plus years. So those of you who don't know me, Jeff Stores, 20 plus years in the industry, relatively new to Pavion, right? Just over a year, but bring experience in the commercial, industrial, banking, and a little bit of retail space. So happy to be here and really happy to be part of Pavion, a company that's growing, through acquisitions, funded by private equity. So we're really doing this being nimble, being quick, and being able to respond to customers' needs in a different manner than what some of the legacy companies that have been out there for a while. Just to kind of give you a brief background, Matt and Cedric talked about AFA and the long history there. So what's making up the Pavion retail security are two logos that you may recognize. Security Source was acquired by Pavion, joined the Pavion company in April of 2023, so just over a year ago. And Short Circuit joined in January of last year. So two companies that have been around for a while, primarily servicing just the retail space and just video, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. But wanted to give you a little background of what's making up the retail division within Pavion. That's the foundation, and we're just expanding on those. If you can go to the next slide. So one of the things that kind of when we talk about these two legacy companies and kind of how we brought them together and what we're looking to do, they were very strong in the traditional CCTV or video space. And what this has done by bringing Pavion in and all the resources that come with that has really opened up for us to be able to service you outside of just your customer-facing locations, right? We can now do back office. We can do your warehouse, your distribution centers, and as well as a lot more product, right? When we start talking access control, turnstiles, weapons detection, anything like that those legacy companies really didn't have the ability to go buy the product, service the product, install the product. So these are things that have really opened up solution sets for us to be a one-stop shop to provide your security needs. And a couple things that we're definitely seeing some growth in is access control within the retail space, IT closets, things like that sometimes hadn't been thought about within retail space that we're starting to see customers take advantage of adding and getting rid of keys, right, that are costly to maintain and track and things like that. So that's one space that we're really seeing a lot of growth in. The other one is the proactive video monitoring. There's a quick ROI if you have any guards that are in place currently. We can proactively evaluate a situation, take that situation and hopefully de-escalate that situation before it becomes a problem where the authorities need to get involved. But there's been a few companies out there that say they do active video monitoring. This really is proactive video monitoring. So we're monitoring the situation using AI pop up, and we can talk down and communicate vagrants, employee situations, anything like that that you guys are having issues with day in, day out. We've kind of walked through a gamut of those and can have videos to show you real life scenarios where we've been able to de-escalate or even stop fires that have happened in dumpsters. We've talked to customers about how much they pay in dumpster fines every month because of people dumping paint cans and furniture and things like that. So the proactive video monitoring for us is one that we see a lot of growth to really help you all prove out an ROI to your superiors and your finance team. Next slide, please, Julie. So another one is shifting to the cloud, right? This has kind of been on everybody's radar for a while, but how do we get there? It's expensive to have those devices sit there, and as we see the IT bandwidth improve, how do we take this and make this a real time so you can access this footage anywhere, anytime, but also not be tied to a box that sits in your facility that you need to have somebody go pull video off of, right? So this is something that we're seeing video, we're seeing it access control and other solutions that we really see this is the future. And why not start planning for it now, right? And this is where the partnership comes in, and we work on a roadmap that gets you there, whether that's 3, 5, or 7 years. But start thinking about where you see your company and where you see your infrastructure in 5, 6 years. This is definitely somewhere that you're going to be, whether we want to be there or not. It's the path we're going, and this is where we bring in the support to help you guys design that and build that and start to budget towards that in the next few years. Next slide, please, Julie. So at the kind of the crux of everything, right, is your brand and your employees and then your inventory. And this is where the partnership really comes in and helping you understand that the employees, right, protection of the employees is where the proactive video monitoring, but the employees and your customers feeling safe and that brand to make sure something isn't happening within there. So whether that's the deterrent up front, tracking of people, tracking of movement of people, being able to help you show an ROI to your marketing team of where people are going and using your equipment to do that to help them pay for it. And then obviously the cyber side of this and hardening your devices that sit on the edge of your network and making sure that those are safe to protect your brand is something that we're there to help you and partner with you and help you prove the roadmap out. Next slide, Julie, please. So this is a good one hitter of all kind of the things that we do and can help you within your space. Not going to read through these by any means. You guys all get a copy of this. But one thing that's kind of not here that I wanted to make sure that we talk through is something that kind of stood out to me when we brought these two companies into Pavion, was something that they do to me that's a little unique, and that's we bring the product in and we bench test the product before it is shipped out to the field to the technicians, as well as we'll program that equipment for you. So we'll load the IP addresses, right? And that way, when the technician gets there, if they're not fumbling through trying to understand what your network scheme is, they're able to really just hang the device, focus it, and move on to the next one, right? So eliminates disruption in your space. We eliminate by testing the product. We're eliminating the bad out of the box. It is It is an IT product. Those things do happen, right? They come bad out of the box. There's something wrong. But by us bench testing that, and doing the program really improves the overall customer delivery and what your end users, right, your space, your retailers see day in, day out, as far as, ladders and people hanging or lifts in your stores. So something that I kind of wanted to point out that really separates us from the other integrators that are out there, that I think is something that we embrace at Pavion, that customer experience, and want to make sure that you all realize that that's something that we do that separates us. There's obviously the equipment piece of this. We've been able to add to the equipment list that we can now help you if you have a Genetech or something like that you had reached out to one of those legacy companies before and weren't able to have them service or buy it from you, buy it from us, there is that capability now that wasn't there, a year ago at this time, or 2 years ago, last time you had a conversation with them. So I'll go over to the next slide, please, Julie. Yeah, it's actually Cedric. Sorry, I'm turning this back over to you. Missed one.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Okay, so I want to introduce you to Onyx. This is a new solution that we have. We actually rolled it out, I believe, a month or two ago. And you may ask, what is Onyx? And so, and it's actually Onyx is a advanced proactive system monitoring platform that's designed to elevate a lot of security systems and experience for our customers. This particular solution operates within a cloud-based environment, and also just helps detect and address a lot of potential system threats to maintain continuous operation and protection for your security system. And the key here is proactive. So because after a security incident has occurred, you don't want to look up and see your system not functioning properly. So this helps alleviate that. And some of the key features includes monitoring across security networks, issue identification, self-healing and cyber hardening capabilities. Also reporting and streamline processes for real-time performance and monitoring. And this aids with a lot of system compliance that needs to occur as well. And another thing I want to highlight is that, the value here is that, we have a group of dedicated people and staff that actively monitors and report on system performance, potential threats, and compliance statuses. So we'll, do that hard work and due diligence for you. That makes sure that your security environment is always secure, up to date, and functioning properly. With Onyx, you can benefit from precision data, real-time reporting, and this is, again, supported by around-the-clock support and technician deployment for reliable assistance whenever any help or need anything is needed. The integrated system also combines, state-of-the-art solutions, people, processes, and technology to, provide you with any security need that you may have. All right, next slide. And then here we have just a couple of key offerings from our security, where you heard Jeff had mentioned a lot of it, from access control, visitor management system, video surveillance, and that includes not only just camera systems that just record incidents, but these are system analytics and monitoring. So this provides monitoring capabilities that helps to alleviate a lot of false alarms, anything that may have triggered a system. We have staff there that will help alleviate that. And also we have things that operate, you need not only need security for inside your store, but you need security for outside your store as well. So anything for perimeter defense, intrusion detection, gunshot detection, access control, all of those things we can provide. All right. And then just going into our specialized services. So we offer a lot of specialized services from consulting and design. This is where, we support your project, that we work with you guys as partners, from the initial stages, assisting with any requirements, any programming, any configurations that's needed to bring your vision to life, whatever you need. And then we have proactive monitoring and management. And this includes, just as I mentioned earlier, a lot of video verification, central station monitoring. And this, helps safeguard your property, your people, and everything, even in your absence. And then we offer maintenance and subscription services also. And these are plans that we offer to keep your systems running smoothly, and this is also so that you have access to the latest technology with minimal upfront investment that you need. So, and a lot of capital investment is needed upfront on some, but not with ours. There's minimal upfront investment that's needed for our services. And then we have our IT management services as well. We offer expert personnel, processes, and cloud-based solutions within a reliable framework to help you achieve the results that you're looking for. And this helps to build that long-term trust and partnership with us that we provide. So all together, it's about, that connection and protection. We safeguard and protect what's important to you, our clients. And so anything that you've heard from Matt, Jeff, or myself, if you have any questions or anything, please, feel free to ask us any questions. And I believe that concludes our webinar. I'll go to the next slide. I believe we can go to any questions that anyone may have.
Yeah, absolutely. I had one question come straight to me, and then I actually had a couple of just comments and questions. So if anybody has any questions, please make sure you share those in the Q&A section, just so that way that we can kind of make sure we answer those. If for some reason we can't answer a question, I'm sure they're more than happy to reach back out afterwards. But the question that I had already gotten in was, how does having dedicated personnel actively monitoring and reporting on system performance enhance overall security? So I think I'm going to kick that first, maybe to Jeff, and then Cedric, if you have anything to add, feel free.
Yeah, so this is probably around the Onyx, I'm guessing, based on the slides there. So, one of the things here that I think separates using this or looking at this solution is that a lot of your enterprise-wide systems, whether that be video or access control, give you a lot of reports, a lot of data. But from what we've seen is, your teams are busy in day-to-day activities out in the field, right? Doing investigations, doing design work, whatever they may be doing day in, day out. It's hard for you to take all that data that you get and utilize it effectively, right? With what the technology can provide for you. So what the Onyx system does is bring in disparate systems that may not talk to each other and report through AI, allow us to have someone run those reports daily and analyze that information and then provide that to you in a daily, weekly, however you see fit, to know where your systems sit, right? The worst thing that could happen is you have an active video system but one camera's out and you don't know about it, right? Because no one has informed you, the system hasn't alerted you, or you haven't had the time to go into the system and find the alerts that sit in there. This is something that consolidates all that and allows you to have more eyes and ears out there than what's on your payroll by using technology. So to add to that, one of the things I would definitely say is if it's anything that sparks your interest today, being the Onyx service or any other proactive video monitoring, anything else, reach out. We'll set up a demo. We can deep dive into this. Obviously, this wasn't a product demonstration webinar by any means. It was just highlighting some of the capabilities. But if you'd like to see a demo of anything today, by all means, reach out and we'll get that set up and kind of walk you through a little more detail of what the systems can provide.
Thank you very much. Cedric, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean that was Jeff explained everything great. I mean it's about that proactive system monitoring that Onyx provides, and that's where the value is. We can give you those detailed reports on system performance, any potential threats or outages that may hinder, post incident investigations or post-incident things that have happened. So this is, something that helps ensure your system is always up to date and working properly. And just as Jeff had mentioned before, this is not a demo on our solutions, but this is just a high-level overview of what all we can provide to our customers and clients. We do ask, if you want to speak to us anymore about what you've heard, I would, first say just go to our website, pavion.com, and see all the things that we have to offer. And we'll be providing a copy of this slide deck also after this webinar, so you can go through these things at your leisure. And if you have any questions, we do have this QR code that's on your screen now. You can scan that code with your mobile device and easily input your information, ask a question, or just reach out to someone if you want to talk about our solutions or services. And we'll be more than happy to partner with you on whatever your need is.
All right, so actually I'm going to skip my question for just a second and go to one that came in the Q&A. And AI is a very hot topic. It's a sensitive topic sometimes, so you may or may not be able to answer part of the question. But the question was, what is Pavion most excited and concerned about with the speed AI is evolving? So I don't know if that's something, since this isn't necessarily like the product development team, if that's something that anybody has any comments on, or if you want to follow up later with that individual. Jeff, you're smiling over there.
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's one where you said something that triggered. We're definitely not the product team, right? And the technical side of this, but I think the exciting part is the endless possibilities to improve ROIs, to be functionality, to show an ROI to your marketing team, to help you eliminate guards. Right? There's so many things that you can use AI to advance what your systems already do. I think is really exciting. To me, the scary part about that is, where does it stop? But how do you take all that data and be able to make it useful, right? I think that's something that we're still trying to navigate through as an industry of, what is too much data that sits there, right? The data lake that sits out there. And how do we make sure that what is sitting there is being used properly and effectively, versus having, the physical guard sitting there that sees it happen in real life, right? Or how do you enhance the physical guard that is there, with AI? So, definitely, I think there's probably more technical answers that could go into that, right? And we can definitely get those people to talk through that with whoever asked the question. But from a high level, there's definitely excitement, but the worry is, what do you do with it?
Yeah, I think you said what probably came to my mind was, data is great, but it's only good if you can actually do something with it, because that's where you need to look. Okay, I'm going to flip over to a couple of my comments. I actually loved where you had said, where do you see your company going in 5 to 10 years? Because you really can't think about today. You have to think about tomorrow and the future. So on that note, I figure you probably have either current customers that are using maybe part of your solutions. It's kind of like a plan to roll out to other solutions. So I call it a crawl, walk, run approach. Can you talk about any of the current approaches or your suggested approach as you're getting into navigating what a solution looks like for a company? Like, I'm assuming that they could take a part of a solution and then build off of that. But what do you typically see?
Absolutely, and we're kind of in all phases that with different customers right now, right? We have some that'll do a pilot store and just really want to crawl, right, and prove out that the technology works. Some of them have seen a technology that they implemented in another position, another company they were with, and come in and ready to really run with it, right? So kind of all phases of that we see. Ultimately, being able to fund the project really kind of sometimes dictates how quickly you roll something out. And
Yeah.
one of the things that we didn't hit on, and we talked a little bit about some of the subscription things, but we do have financing options. That, you know, kind of you know, if you want to lease your equipment, if you don't want to own it, you know, think of the OpEx versus the CapEx kind of approach. We have that going with a number of customers, different ways of purchasing the equipment to make it budget friendly for what your CFO is looking to do. Is definitely something that we're implementing right now. But yeah, really, you know, to answer your question, we're in different phases of it, and it varies based on what the customer's needs are. We can approach that different ways, and you know, it's the same kind of conversation we have with, you know, well, who is Pavion, right? When we've kind of all of a sudden kind of splashed on the scene, you know, really what we're asking for is, you know, let's walk or crawl together. You know, give us a few stores. Let us understand, you know, what your business looks like. You know, we may not be in a position. We'll be honest, right? We may not be in a position to take on, you know, all of your locations. We may be a little weak with our technicians in a certain area of the country, but you know, let's have that conversation and let's walk together first and build the partnership before we just dump in, you know, 1,000+ locations and try to service you every way and every need that you have.
No, and I think a lot of companies would appreciate the honesty up front too at that moment, you know, at that for sure. A couple of other just kind of comments I had. You know, I've been out of the retail side for a little bit. You had mentioned adding closets for IT, like in retail locations. Is that's something that they're doing?
We're definitely starting to see that, yeah, as
That's
they
awesome.
build out, you know, all the customer enhancements that are inside of some of the stores today. You know, it used to be just kind of a, you know, once in a while there's a router there, but now we're starting to see that you need to protect those just because of the size of the technology that's in there. But also, you know, you think about the cyber attacks that we've seen, and some of the logos that have been attacked by, you know, the just attacking any type of um, frontline IT network, right? Whether it be a copy machine, a camera, an access reader, whatever that may be sitting on your network that allows them access into the network. So protecting that infrastructure and being able to log who goes in and out, right? Who has access to the IT closet, so to say, is definitely something that we're starting to see more and more.
No, thank you for answering that. That was just really neat. I hadn't heard of that or seen that myself, so I appreciated that kind of just little nugget of a new transformation that's happening. I saw on one of the integration slides, it had mentioned vendor integration, and then recently you just said something about, you know, the potential to lease or, you know, payment plan for actual physical hardware. What does the hardware situation look like for AFA Pavilion? Is that something that's fully like has to be specific vendor, or are there integrations? What does that look like?
Yeah, I mean, we're expanding our OEM partners daily, right? As we've grown, OEM partners have definitely been reaching out and wanting to partner with us, but also driving from needs of our customers is something that we are definitely expanding on. You know, we realize we cannot be partners with every single camera manufacturer that sits out there, for example, because there's just too many. But we do want to make sure that we're conscious of, you know, what's leading edge, what the marketplace is stating is kind of the trending, right? You know, obviously the Hanwas, the Marches, Axis, right, are partners that we have, Vigilon, things like that. But there are definitely other ones that fit, you know, a unique sometimes niche that we will definitely evaluate and go through the partnership with if that's needed. So.
No, I appreciate that answer, and I think that was a good answer. You're right. You hit a lot of the major key players out there that most everybody is already aware of. All right, yep. I think that actually went through all of my questions. So thank you for or my statements / questions wanting to know more about. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the next slide. If anybody has any other questions or thoughts or comments, please feel free to add those to the Q&A. But I'm going to go ahead and pop that over. Cedric, I'm going to hand this to you, and then I'll take it after this slide. I know you'd already kind of mentioned a little bit about this, but if you want to talk a little bit more.
Yeah, thanks, Julie. And I just want to, you know, just reiterate that what was said earlier. Just thanks for the giving us the chance to speak with this group, this audience. We're happy to be here and just happy to talk about what we offer as AFA and Pavion. We bring a lot of solutions to our customers and clients all under one roof. And so any of your security, fire, or integration AV communication needs, we are your partner of choice, and we stand by what we do because we pride ourselves in helping to connect and protect our customers and clients. And so that's and you can just talk to any employee here at Pavion. We love what we're doing what we do for our customers. And so, just use this QR code here just to reach out to us, have a conversation. We can do any free assessments if you need to talk to us about a demo or review your organization to see how we can help you achieve your mission or business objectives, or even safeguard your people, property, and assets. We are here for all of your needs. So we're here waiting for you. And just, if you want to reach out, we'll be here.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and just close this out here with the last few minutes. First things first, anybody that's interested in taking their LPC or LPQ, getting a lifetime membership, please feel free to use this promo code. It's good for 1 month, so it expires June 28th. That promo code is Pavion 2024. We do appreciate, by all means, Pavion being a sponsor for today's webinar and partnering with us. The LPF is giving out 5 LP certification course scholarships, so either an LPC or LPQ. When you registered, you did go through and determine if you would like to be a part of that. And those will be drawn tomorrow. Please keep an eye out for your email because those you have 7 days to claim those scholarships. If you don't claim it within those 7 days, it does roll to somebody else. And just keep in mind that these scholarships are non-transferable. So again, thank you so much to AFA and Pavion for sponsoring today's webinar. Super excited about just kind of learning more. I'm sure that I'll continue to learn more myself as I see some demos and stuff. But for those of you on the call that are not currently getting emails to get our webinar notifications, please feel free to use that QR code, sign up on our website. You'll get access and emails for all the kind of cool things going on, whether it's town halls or webinars. Please feel free to sign up. I'm going to leave that up here for just a second, but I am super excited. Thank you for, kind of telling us more about Pavion and what it is that you guys do in some of your other verticals. So Cedric, Jeff, Matthew, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys, or at least some of y'all, next week at NRF. Their booth number is 1428. So if you're going to be out there, please feel free to visit them live in person. And yeah, I thank you very much.